Hello everyone, my name is Edoggz and welcome back to this review channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Studio Series 8601 Jazz. So here is the front of the box. We have a black border. We have the word Transformers just like in the movies. Is Takara Tomy. We have the Autobot symbol Generations. On this side of the box we have Jazz Ready to Fight. On the back of the box we have the robot mode. The alt mode, we have a stage. It only comes packaged with one gun, which we'll get into. We have this side of the package where we have Studio Series 8601. You have Jazz. We have the top of the box where it says Transformers the movie. And that is about it. So let's get into the stage. This is the stage. This is from the scene from the movie where Jazz is seen on Moon Base 2. So you can put your figure there. You kind of stand there, put them in any kind of pose you want. So you kind of have that. Let me see, let me get it a little closer so you guys can see. So it kind of looks similar to that. Now he does come with this one gun, and that is my first gripe. This should be a shoulder cannon that goes over here on his right hand side. We didn't get it on the Chug, but we'll get into that in a few seconds. So we take this gun out. The gun is painted all silver. We have this white, these white pieces sticking out the side. We have the white handle. Very nice piece. The figure is mostly white and is broken apart by the black. So we have the shoulders are black, the hands are black. You have the outline of the lower leg is black. We have the silver here, silver on the feet. We have this cayenne blue for the headlights, a much darker color on the chest. We have the cayenne blue on his visor here. Really nice. We have silver for the rims. We have the stripes on the hardtop. You can put the gun there if you want. I really don't. So you kind of have that going for you. And underneath we have this silver right here on his stomach. And I think that's it. We have black helmet. We have this teal or cayenne for the windows. But we'll get back to that. To give you a comparison, we have Earthrise Soundwave, his arch enemy in the series. Kind of have that going on for you. That's the side view. And that's the back view. That's the side view. Now for articulation, there's two ways you can have this backpack. You can have it like this, or you can have it out with these doors. So articulation, this is how it comes packaged. Meanwhile, this is exactly how it comes packaged with the doors out. So if you did it this way, you're going to get a limitation of the arms going out and the arms going back. But if you put the doors away, that's going to free up the arm much better. You can go all the way around. You got the swivel at the bicep. There's no rotation at the wrist. You have articulation at the waist. You can go all the way around 360 degrees on the waist. You have a twist at thigh. The leg comes out all the way out to there. Now, there is a post on his knee, and the post doesn't really work. For my piece, So what you have to do is you kind of have to push. You kind of have to like push down and move the knee down. So that's 90 degrees on the knee right there. You can move the arms up about that high. You move this back on the thigh here, on the end of the leg. That's how far back it's going to go. There is wiggle room on the feet. If you want to get a wider stance, you can do that. You can bring the foot down, but that's for transformation. The leg going backwards goes about that high. And that's about it. I mean, you could manage this to go back, but that's about it, really. Now, if you happen to have the Chug version of this, or the United version, which is slightly better than the Chug, that was a better figure than this. Now, not to knock it, there's a lot of things in this figure that is doing better than the old version. Now, on the old version, we had the doors. Let's focus on the doors first. Right, so the original doors, they swung out, but they were able to angle upwards. And two, there was a gimmick where the speakers can be flipped out, like he's using his sound as an attack, if you will. So that was better. That's better on that figure. What's better on this figure is they done away with the wheels that were on the shoulder. They're now on inside the chest. But again, the Chug version was going more for the original figure rather than the cartoon animation. Second, the transformation. The original had a automorph system, which really didn't work. So we have a new transformation of that piece, which is very nice. The shins are better on this figure than the Chug. The Chug had the shins all the way in the back, and it was more car than shins. The shins should have been flush with the outside of the back wheels, if you will. And I think that's about it. Other than that shoulder cannon being missing, that's the only difference in the figure. And they got this really nice silver piece for the face of the car. Now, to get into transformation, we want to focus on the arms first. You want to twist the arm like this. You want to fold in the hand. And you want to rotate at the bicep. Like that, like so. Same thing on the other side. Turn at the bicep. Flip the hand inside that cavity. And there you go. To unhook this, you just push up on here, and there's the system. You have these two things right here, these two slots, and they go onto these two silver things right here. And what you do is you take your finger and you have to push down here. You got to make sure all of this, you got to make sure that you have enough space to clear the stuff. And you just push the head down, and it's going to automorph this piece up in its place. So you push this all the way down. Now, this piece right here with the stripe, you just push that to close the door. And you want to sandwich these two together. Like that. Fold these doors open. And you're going to bring the rear window out. It's going to clip into place. Now, on the original, they have the number 4. On this one is number 14. It's a long story, but they're probably going to make some repro labels so you can like cover that or something like that. Or maybe they'll make a generation version where it's number 4. But it is what it is. Right, so we have that set up. Next, we want to focus on the waist. So you want to turn the waist all the way around. Like so. Turn this all the way around. It's not in the instructions. I just like to do it. And we want to bring the arms in. Same thing on this side. Just bring the arms in. And that's going to rotate the front wheels out on the outside. And they're supposed to, I won't say they slot into anything, but there's like a section where they kind of just rest at. So you just kind of just do that. Make sure all this is like that. We'll get back to the hardtop in a second. Next, we want to combine the legs. So the upper thigh was going to fall into this cavity. Just bring this up. It's going to plug into play. Same thing. On the other side, just forward. Move forward. And you bring it down. Plug it in. On the rear of the car, we want to sandwich these two together. You have a slot there and you have a slot there. And these are just going to sandwich together like so. So you should have this right by now. Next, we want to bring down the hardtop, and we want to move forward. So this piece right here will tab into this section here. Sometimes it will click, sometimes it won't click. Like that. You want to bring the legs up just a little bit. And oh, by the way, these plug into these two little rectangles here. Let me see if I can get it on camera. There's these two things right here. And they peg into these two things back here. And that's how you know you got that right. Just plug it in. All right, so as for the doors, you have these two rectangle pieces, one here, and they go on to this peg that's on either side of the forearm. Right. And just gotta make sure everything's all good. We still have a little bit of gap there, but that's fine. And there you have your 935-ish car. You can put this gun on top of there if you want. So you have that kind of look going for it. Normally I don't do that, so it's off to the side. Now the original one, the gun on the generation one, I should say, you can fold the gun up and you can just pop it in there somewhere. And they could have done that. I think they could have made a small gun where it just folds up and it popped into that little rectangle right there. But this is after the fact. But here you go. Like again, we have the silver rims on either side. The wheels are painted black, of course. We have the blue stripe going all the way back until this piece right here. I'm not exactly sure exactly what that is, but it's some kind of design. And you have the stripe going all the way back. The spoiler might be a little bit too big for this. My opinion on that. Now the feet, I didn't like the feet at first, but it kind of makes sense to have it there because in rally racing, you kind of need that piece there to help you out. So let's say, all right, so you have the front clip has this downforce trim here, and it keeps the wind down. It keeps the car to hug the road, if you will. And this piece back here is like a safeguard. And let's say you're driving along really fast or something, and you hit a bump or something. Now, normally, this piece prevents you from flipping all the way over. It's supposed to just stop you right here and flip down. Now, there are cases where, you know, you're driving way too fast, and what happens is it will just simply just fall and tilt over like that, and it's going to crash. But it's built there for safety, put it that way. Trying to get at. Now, to get a comparison, we have RID Mirage. Now, this is supposed to be way smaller than this, maybe a little bit lower to the ground. But that's what that looks like. That's what it looks like from the back. That's the height of the two. The other one is Siege Mirage. Kind of give you that kind of comparison from the side. Now we're supposed to get an update for Mirage. I'm not exactly sure when we're going to get that. Probably in Kingdom, or maybe it'll show up in like a generation select kind of deal. You have the back. There's no license plate back here on the Porsche-ish car on that side. The one thing that's throwing me off is Mirage has the faux chest on the back of here. That's how tall they are against each other. And one more thing, on my copy, it's not coming across on the camera. On my copy, where the top of the wheel well, it's a tad darker white than the rest of the car. Everything is white except for these two sections where my thumbs is. It's a tad darker. I'm not exactly sure why is that happening. But we have the clear windows. You can kind of look through there. From this side, kind of looks like a dashboard, but that's too high to be a dashboard. And then you have the back. No, you have these small rear mirrors on the side as well. But that is about it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, leave me some comments, some suggestions. And before I sign off on this one, we are going to do a versus. We're going to be doing Studio Series Cut versus Legends Cut. That came out probably, what year is this? Maybe 2014, 2015? I'm not exactly sure. I have to look it up. But yeah, we're going to be doing those two. We're going to see how that stacks up together. I'd like everybody to participate in the Versus series, because there's quite a few of them that I have to go through. So if you enjoyed it, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.